since I'm live, I just saw that maybe you had clicked on. Did it show up yet? Okay, if anybody else is watching, can you comment? Are you able to comment? If not, you can text me because I don't know why it's not showing up. Private chat comments. I don't think it'll let me see the comments through my thing. Oh no. I think I have a banner. Do you see a StreamYard banner across my screen? Because now I don't know how to get that off if that's the case. Oh, there's hide button. Ha. Privacy. What if I make it public? I made it public. Maybe that'll work. Let's see here. Yes, Linda, perfect. Okay. Hopefully, I guess in the meantime, for those of you watching, just text me because I can't figure out why we can't comment. So if I figure that out in the process, then we'll do that. But this is the first time I've used YouTube and the StreamYard software since 2020 during COVID. So I'm having to relearn it all because it all looks completely different. And I'm trying to poke around with settings and I can't actually see why you guys can't comment on YouTube because I haven't figured that out yet. And I even switched the privacy to public, thinking that might be able to do it. Oh, okay. So some can comment. So Kayla, I don't know. Chris, do you have a do you have a YouTube channel? Versus an account? I don't have it up. Okay, so maybe that's why then. Because you already have a channel, not just an account. No, you have an account? Okay, well, this is interesting. And I can't see the oh, wait, there they are. Okay, so I can see them then. I can see some of the comments and stuff like that. So I will, it's popping up on here. So perfect. Okay. Well, since it is 7 o'clock, I will get started. And then if anybody has any extra comments that they want to let me know, then just text them to me or on our feedback form at the end, add them in there. And I will try to keep up with the comments. And I guess this is why a lot of people have a whole team of folks behind them, but it's just me. So, okay. So today, welcome to Building Your Best Foundation Inside and Out. I hope that you will find that our time together ends in an inspiring, empowering, and educating way to guide you through creating your best foundation, not just internally, but externally. And I'm really excited to share with you some of the new products that we have. So for those that don't know me, I'm Sam. I am your beauty bestie. I have been helping women take the guesswork out of finding their perfect skincare and makeup routines. I also love to help those find like not just grounding practices in their routine, but also just taking the guesswork out of it. Like it doesn't have to be complicated. We streamline a simple system for your skincare and your makeup, and it's easy. Because if it was too complicated, I myself wouldn't do it. I'm actually a minimalist when it comes to most of that stuff, believe it or not. Okay, so next is I have a special giveaway. So you'll want to stay to the end so that you can be entered to win the product giveaway that you will fill out on your feedback form, which you will get access to at the end of this. So don't go away. Okay, so some might be new to Mary Kay and might not know this about Mary Kay, but I love standing behind a brand that has purpose. And so knowing that our company does way more behind the scenes than I can even keep up with is just really secure to me. So here's some of my 4 favorite things that I love about our company. So 1, we are family owned and operated here in the US still to this day. So there are no shareholders or anything like that within our company. We also have our Pink Doing Green projects, which is comprised of so many things that help the environment. So our packaging, all the way to our manufacturing. We have a zero waste manufacturing plant here. We have lots of global partnerships when it comes to where we source our ingredients and stuff like that. We also have the Mary Kay Ash Foundation, which is not our physical foundation like makeup, but our nonprofit foundation where we provide and raise money for cancer research and domestic violence. And we have given back tons and tons and tons. And then last but not least is our product testing. So Mary Kay undergoes over 500,000 product testings that can ensure that your products that you're using are safe. We also go by European guidelines, which has way more things that we cannot include in our products versus what the US says that we can. So those are just some of my favorites. If you want to know more about the company, about our testing, our partnerships, the Mary Kay Ash Foundation, you can go to marykayglobal.com and find more. There's so much fun stuff on that website. So if you go on there and you find something cool, definitely share with me. I want to know what you find out and what you love. Okay, so next we are going to dive into the essence of our inner self-confidence. And so let's start by understanding that real confidence isn't just about the external layers that we put on, but it's also building a solid foundation within. And so that begins with recognizing your self-value and your self-worth. So by defining your personal values, actively clearing out the negative self-talk, and establishing a core that remains unshaken by the external circumstances, it also allows you to have the accepting, flawless, just almost like intimidating self-confidence that people are like kind of intimidated by, right? You ever know that person that you're like, she's kind of scary, but like you want to know her, but she's just is very confident. So there's a huge difference between confidence and being conceited. But just remember that it starts from within, that we can do a lot of things on the outside, but regardless of what you have, like I have friends who could put a trash bag on and wear it with confidence because they're that self-confident. Like they don't care what they think. And I love that. Could I walk around in a trash bag? Absolutely not. But it's that kind of like self-acceptance. And so cultivating that internal foundation is just one task. It's an ongoing journey. It's not something that you do one time and you're like set. You constantly have to work on it, especially in this world that we live in. And so moving forward, I want you to consider how you can start embracing your unique strengths and values to grow your confidence. Got like multiple screens going on here, so this is a challenge. Okay, so some of our daily routines for success. So these are some of the things that I do day in and day out that help me shape my day for success and have helped me create a stronger foundation. So that includes mindfulness, intentional action, and reflection that are going to help boost my confidence throughout the day. So for starters, my morning mindfulness. What do you do? Like, do you have something that you do every morning? So for example, before my feet even hit the floor, I have gratitude. I thank the Lord for putting breath in my lungs and waking me up. And then I start focusing on other things that I could be thankful for, kind of like preloading my gratitude, I'll say, for my day. So, and then I also pray for areas where I need like guidance and strength and all of that. And I literally just, as soon as my alarm goes off, before I get out of bed, I just lay there and like take a few deep breaths and just kind of go through those kinds of things in my head. And that really helps me. And then the next thing after I do that, I kind of then go down my list of action items. And so having intentional action, and I actually start this step the night before. So if there are some things that I really know that I need to do, I will write them down on a piece of paper, put them in my phone, put them in my date book, whatever. And sometimes if it's like, I really need to remember that, I'll put it in multiple places. And so then that morning, I'll, like, if I put it in my phone or note, like I look at it, okay, I need to do this, this, and this. These are like the top 3 most important things that I do. And that helps give me clarity right off the bat, helps me kind of organize and plan like what I'm going to do. It also helps reduce the anxiety, because I don't know about you, but when we have 50,000 things, our head just spins, right? We haven't even gotten out of bed and the anxiety is through the roof. So kind of starting that routine the night before, and then just going over it and knowing, okay, if I can't get my 2,000 things on my to-do list done, what are the 3 things that I can do today? So, and then last but not least, I end my day with reflection and gratitude again. So kind of like I started my day. So once I'm in bed, I will put my phone down, and before I close my eyes and go to sleep, I lay there and just again thank the Lord for the day, evaluate and kind of acknowledge my daily wins, and just kind of take some deep breaths and prepare myself to fall asleep. And also in there have made my list of very important things that I need to do, because then once it's written down, that's also a way for your brain to kind of like check out, right? And so by embedding these practices into our daily life, you can cultivate the mindset and growth to build your confidence and pave the way for ongoing success. And if you have anything, I would love to share what it is in the comments as well. Okay, switching slides is challenging. Can I just say that I may or may not have given myself a concussion the other day, and it really has kind of affected my brain. So if you notice this little bump here on my head, it's not contoured. It's not a bug bite. It's not a pit bull. That is where I legit knocked myself in the head on our range stove, because I'm the shortest one in the family, and apparently I'm the only one who has a problem with it. So, and why it's not bruised and I don't have a black eye, I do not know. I guess that's just the blessing. So, okay, next thing. So if you so how you feel on the inside starts with, then reflects on the outside, right? So kind of I say the outside is like our fake it till we make it, right? So we're working on those things on the inside, but in the meantime, the outside are things that we can kind of do, give us instant gratification of confidence, because we all know, like, if you feel like you look good on the outside, right, it kind of boosts the inside. And so they kind of go both ways. So for some of us, we can like fix the outside and work on the inside, or some of us can kind of work on the inside and we can work to fix the outside. So it goes both ways. But to be fully confident, you need both. So let's move into creating that perfect external foundation and how we can build our perfect actual skincare foundation. So, okay. Have you ever noticed that your foundation doesn't last very long? It becomes like cakey in areas. Maybe it separates with the oil on your face. Does your foundation just, I don't know, like the humidity? Is it being affected by the humidity? Interestingly enough, you might not know this, but you might know this if you've been with me for a while, but 80% of your makeup how your makeup looks is directly related to your skin or your skincare and the condition of your skin. And so that means that a healthy, well-prepared base is going to create the perfect canvas. So think of your skin as your canvas for your masterpiece, and you're the artist. And so when it's healthy and smooth, everything that you apply on it looks really good. Even if it's the wrong colors, you put it in the wrong place or whatever, like it looks flawless, right? So as we move forward to explore how to create our perfect foundation, we're going to start with some skincare solutions that are going to help us create that perfect canvas. And so we can do this. If you are not familiar with our skincare lines, we have 4 basic skincare regimens and that we can use. And what's really cool is all of our product lines are interchangeable. So whether you have a little bit of acne, a little bit of aging, maybe you have a little bit of sensitive skin, like all that, we can customize it. And that's where I come in as the expert to help you address the specific needs that you need to go through and find the perfect skincare regimen that will then create the perfect foundational base for your actual foundation. Another cool tool that we have that I love is our Skin Analyzer app. So it scans your face and it can help us find those more deeper targeted things that are with your skin that you want to help. So maybe you didn't really realize how like many age spots you have or sun damage and that kind of thing. So the app actually has the ability to do that. And so with that and my expertise, we can guide you, because if you have tried that app before, or if you want to try that app, you will get that link later. It gives you a laundry list of products for your skin to address your skincare concerns, and it's overwhelming and it becomes way too much. So that's where I can help narrow it down, because nobody needs like 50 products for their skin. Most of us can get away with like 5, and not necessarily 5 at all one time. So okay, so let's move into our foundation. So did you know that your foundation is actually the final step of your skincare routine? So most of us think of it as like it's cosmetic, but it can be more than that. And so let's just go through why it's important to have foundation, as in how it is part of your skincare routine as your final step. So your foundation is designed to complement and enhance the benefits of your regular skincare routine. So it's like a finishing touch. And what I love about our new TimeWise 3D foundation is that it's not just any old foundation. It's infused with our TimeWise 3D complex, which includes a powerhouse of ingredients like our resveratrol, our vitamin B3, and our patented age-defying peptides. It is going to help provide beautiful coverage, but also support the skin with antioxidants that are going to help fight those free radicals throughout the day. So think of foundation as kind of like an external cover for your skin. So throughout the day, we have free radicals and dust particles, sun, all this stuff like attacking our skin. And so your foundation is like a layer of protection against your skin. So it's actually anti-aging in and of itself, as it's like a shield, right? So it's kind of like the top coat to your nail polish or whatever. It's going to protect your skin. And so it's going to bridge the gap between caring for your skin and enhancing the natural beauty, which is truly a dual action product and serves as both skincare and a cosmetic. So next we're going to explore how a foundation primer is going to take your foundation to the next level. Oops. I got like too many things going here, and keyboard controls one thing and not the next. Okay, so what would we use a foundation primer, or why would we use a foundation primer? So a foundation primer helps create a smooth, flawless canvas for our foundation. It is lightweight. It has SPF to protect us from the sun. It helps control shine. It helps lock in moisture for your skin so that it doesn't get evaporated. If you have drier skin, you know that retaining moisture is important. If you have oily skin, you know that keeping the humidity and out the oil under control, this foundation primer is going to help with that. It also is not going to it's not going to soak into like your pores. It's not comedogenic, so it's not going to clog those pores. It's not going to set into your lines. It's actually going to blur the appearance of fine lines and wrinkles. And one really cool thing that I like about the foundation is you can actually the primer. You can wear the primer by itself if you want to. And so sometimes on really shiny days, especially like in the humidity and the heat outside, if I'm not going to put foundation on, I will at least put the primer on, because one, it just kind of I like the way it makes my skin look. And it also helps control some of that shine and stuff like that I tend to get in the humidity. But it also is kind of like a light layer of protection against those free radicals and those environmental pollutants that are attacking your skin. So next we have our tools. So I have lots of tools, and maybe you have been one to use your fingers in the past. Is that anybody use their fingers to apply their foundation? It's okay if you have. I personally have been a brush user for many, many years. And that started back because of acne when I was a teenager. And then, of course, you know, all the things. So using your fingers might be part of the reason that your foundation isn't quite giving you the coverage that you want. And that's where like your brushes and all can come into play, or even our new sponge, which I love. So using your fingers sometimes can, one, if your fingers aren't clean, push bacteria into your skin. Two, there's oils on your fingers, and it also just moves the product. It doesn't give it quite even layers. So I love our tools. Here is a few of our tools. So the first is the liquid foundation brush. This is my always go-to, the one I put my foundation on every single day with, is our liquid foundation brush. We have the new complexion sponge, which I do like. It has like a flat edge here for like blending. I don't really know what that side is, honestly. I think they just did it to look cool, because truthfully, when you hold it like this and then you're like using that's the area you're going to use the most of. And then we have our cream brush, which is for those tiny detailed areas like around your eyes and stuff like that. And then our powder brush. Now, the last two are not going to be brushes that I would use to apply a liquid foundation, but I will share where those come into play. And then last that I didn't put on the slide here because I just simply forgot is the blending brush. And so this, we call it as our full coverage brush. I sometimes use it as full coverage to add a little bit of extra coverage to areas, but most of the time I use this as our blending brush for like contouring and blending my makeup that away. So that's another tool that we have. And so now that we have our tools and why we use our tools. Oh, one quick tip on our tools is when you are using your brushes or your sponges, you have to wash them. So if you are using your brush, you really should, ideally, you should wash your brush every time you use it. Nobody's doing that. I'm not even doing that. But I do make it a habit of at least once a month to wash my brush. Now, our brushes, if you're using them to put on your foundation just about every day, you need to replace your brush about every year. And mine, I brought this one, and you may not be able to see it in the camera, but like, I don't know if you can really see way down in there, foundation, no matter how hard and how well I clean it, it still gets stuck down in there. And that's where it can really harbor bacteria. And sometimes your foundation doesn't work as well. And so that's when it's time for a new brush. It's time for a new brush. Plus it's starting to fall apart because I wash it all the time at the handle. But also sponges. I love our sponge, but I will say it's on the higher price point of sponges. And I personally, if you're going to apply any makeup with your sponge regularly, go buy the lesser expensive sponges in a bulk, because you are going to want to throw it away often. So the one thing about this new sponge is a lot nicer than our old one, because I haven't even wet it yet. Like, it's not wet, and it's very squishy, which is kind of cool. So I haven't even used this one yet. We're going to try it. But either way, you want to wash that. As soon as it dries out, then you need to wash it when you go to wet it again, because it will harbor bacteria. And so you need to throw this away like about every month if you're using it every single day. So that is on our brushes. And next, let's go to finding the perfect shade. So our shade matching. So I have been wearing 3 different shades with our with this new foundation. So there's 36 different shades, more than we had before. So it helps find a more perfect match for your skin. It also has our IntelliMatch technology to help blend. So that's also kind of made matching a little bit challenging for me, because I have been literally I wear a different color every day trying to find the perfect one. And sometimes too, it depends on what I'm wearing. And so the nice thing is that we have a new foundation finder tool it's not an app, it's on our webpage, and I will give you the link to try that out and give you more details about that in a minute. But what's nice is for those that are not local to me that we can't stripe in person, it gives us a starting point, like a guide to create a few different options that then I can send you samples of, and then we can get on a video chat and do your stripes, and I can help you match the right color with that. So I don't know if you saw, I did a video of my 3 shades that I was wearing. So I had the direct conversion of the old foundation that it told me that I needed, and then there was a new shade. I was like, oh, let me try this, and then I tried like the next shade, and they were all different. So I had a cool, a neutral, and then a warm tone that were all different. Okay, so next we have our buildable all day wear, and I will say this stuff has been perfect. It was breathable, it was light, I felt like I had nothing on, it didn't move. I didn't end up with cracks and separating like I tend to get when the oil and the humidity is like really high. It felt very natural, and I absolutely loved it. Like, it was awesome on my skin. Okay, so next is the there's multiple finishes. Well, multiple. We have 2. We have an oil matte finish and a luminous finish. And so if you have oily skin, then all the time I would recommend the matte finish because it's going to help control that shine. It's going to minimize the reflection that we tend to get. And us oily girls, like, we almost can never get matte enough, right? I don't know. Sometimes I just feel like no matter what I do, it's still shiny. And then we have our luminous foundation, which is going to help add moisture to our skin, but it's very subtle. So I like this one's luminosity because it's not shiny at all. So it's even less shiny than our old one. And I was wearing the luminous in the winter time, and then I would switch to matte in the summer. So purposefully, given that it's kind of in that transition period right now where we just got humidity this year and it's hit with a vengeance, or not this year, this week, whatever we're in. And then, but I purposely was wearing the luminous because I really wanted to see, okay, how is this going to work on my more naturally oily skin, especially in my T-zone with the humidity coming and a few of those really hot days. And it performed magically. Like, I just love it. Like, I can't stress it enough. And so that's okay to have 2 different formulas. You also, with 2 different formulas, you're probably going to have 2 different shades. You're going to have your summer shade and your winter shade. So when we get to matching your customized shade, right now it might be tricky. You might start with one and then we end up switching because we're at the beginning of summer and most of us get a little darker. So we might need a darker color and etc. So as our skin becomes a little more sun-kissed. So some application tips about this. So what I love is this super precision tip, which allows it to control the amount of product that comes out of it. You don't waste as much. And even though the tube seems smaller, less is more, which is really cool. But when you're putting it on, it almost kind of looks like you were putting more on. So here's some application tips. 2 places that you want to put your foundation before you put it on your face or before you spread it around is 1, you can either squirt it on the back of your hand or you can squirt it directly onto your face. So I sometimes I just like to squirt it directly onto my face, and I'm trying to like see myself here. Let me see if I can. There we go. Okay. Or you can squirt it onto the back of your hand. Now, some of the reasons for that are, as the product starts warming up onto your skin, it makes it easier to blend. And this is the luminous one. And I think this is the right color. I hope it is. But I just grabbed one and then didn't completely look at it. So as it blends into your skin and warms up, the IntelliMatch technology starts matching to your skin, which is one reason I like to squirt it onto my face. And this kind of hurts going over my boo-boo. So then I like to use this brush. It's also buildable, so you can add another layer as well to it, which is really nice without it feeling cakey, looking cakey, separating, or what have you. And I'm going to cheat here and use my mirror because I can't really see myself that well. And make sure that I'm like covering my face. I also found that with this foundation, I don't necessarily need as much, like I don't need concealer, under eye corrector, that kind of stuff, which I will share about that in a second. I probably even maybe squirted a little bit too much on here. So, okay. So then one of the things that I have been doing is I would get this wet, which it's not wet now, like I said, but then I would literally take it and I push the product into my skin. So this is kind of like a makeup artist like secret for especially as those of us where aging has started to happen, right? So we are no longer in our 20s and we have wrinkles, though we're in denial, right? Because let's just face it, our face moves, and therefore anything on it that touches it moves as well. And so that helps like blend it around, and it helps take off excess. So if you have excess in certain areas that, you know, are funky or whatever, then this helps. I also love like this little flat pointy side. It like really helps to get like around your eye area, around your nose, and all that kind of stuff. So I'm on for a sponge. So if you ever are shopping for sponges, whether you get ours or not, kind of get one with this shape. It's really working. I like it better than like the completely round bulb one, I will say. Okay. So those are some of our application tips. Now let me pull myself back up here. Oh, where'd it go? There we are. Okay. So about our foundation finder. So here is a QR code. You can screenshot it and then go back to your pictures, or you can hold your finger over it if you're on your phone, and it should pop up, or screenshot it and then you can go back. Either way, however you need to do it. But a few things about our foundation finder tool is it has to learn, because it's AI, and AI is smart, but it is still not human, and it has to learn things, right? So because there are 36 different shades and everybody is different, some things that I have noticed that really come into play are your hair, your lighting, what color you're wearing on your clothes can really, really change the difference. So it'll remind you in the thing, like pull your hair back out of your face, even bangs, like, because it'll distort it. But pull your face out and get into like a good lighting source. So I did this a couple different times. One, I did it twice in front of the window. One was in direct sunlight, like it was the morning sun coming in. Well, direct sunlight is warm light. So that warm light made the foundation finder tell me that I needed a medium. I'm wearing light 5. And I was Ivory 160 before. I think it was one. I would switch sometimes, 160, 150. And so I believe my last one was Ivory 160, and that was my direct conversion. That is a neutral tone, and when I did it in the sunlight, it told me I needed like medium 9. And that's how different it was. So then I did it in that same window, but I did it above where my blind is, and it's kind of like a light paperish like texture fabric, but so that the light was coming through, but it was filtered light. So it was natural lighting, but it was filtered. That gave me a more accurate lighting. And then the lighting in my bathroom, which is a little bit of a mixture of warm light and cool, like those daylight light bulbs. So they look stupid on the thing, but it actually works out well for your makeup. Gave me like the same result. And then I also went into an area in my room where I wasn't under any light. So I didn't have any bright lights or anything like that. And it gives different results. So that being said, we have to help it out. So pick your lighting. I always say go into where you look at yourself all the time, which most of the time is probably our bathroom or our vanity, and do your app scan there. So it doesn't always have to be natural light, it just needs to be decent lighting. And where you see yourself all the time is going to be your best guess at figuring out the foundation with the tool, because that's where you're used to. And the tool's cool. It can show you coverage and all that kind of stuff. There are places to put thumbs up, thumbs down, and that's where it helps us learn, or we can help the system, the AI system, learn our stuff. And then there's a star. So a star indicates that it is your best match. Also, another thing that I found can play a difference is a difference in your matte versus your luminous. So the shades are the same from one to the other, but it sometimes would, depending on the lighting, would give me a different result in the same spot based on whether I chose a matte or a luminous. So keep that in mind as well. But of course, when it comes to picking your foundation, that's where I can help figure that out, because I know your undertones and I can help you figure out what your undertones are. And that's a big key player in this. The app cannot tell you your undertones, because all it does is like takes a picture essentially, and it's smart, but it's not that smart. Okay, so here are some additional essentials for creating our perfect foundation. So we have our Mary Kay under eye corrector. And a lot of times people are like, do I need an under eye corrector? Do I not? You know, some things like that. Some people are like, when do I use a concealer? When do I not? So an under eye corrector is when you're trying to blend in dark under eye circles. And so really when you need one of these, it's really when you have dark under eye circles. And so the darker they are, a lot of times you need to correct them with a pigment. So this is where our fun artistic color theory comes into play. So a lot of times dark circles are on light to medium skin tone are like a blue, and they are like a blue tone. So that's why it's peach. And then for those with darker skin tones, they tend to get even deeper. And the dark, they're almost not so much blue as they start to get like brown. And so that's where a light, a deeper, not gray, I cannot talk, orange comes into play to help counteract that. Now, what happens with concealer, if we try to put concealer over dark circles that we should actually correct versus just covering up, is they can turn gray or like ash colored. And so that doesn't really help. It kind of creates the illusion of more more shadow effect, or you put it on and then throughout the day you see that shadow coming back. And that's where the under eye corrector happens. So it helps to lighten and correct the appearance of it. And a lot of times, like I said, with this foundation, you might, if you have subtle dark circles, you might not even need that. And if you have even more subtle, if you have subtle under eye and you feel like you want a concealer to brighten up under the eye area, that's where you can use a concealer. So when there's not really enough dark pigment to need to correct it. Also, to help prevent dark circles in general, that's where an eye cream comes into play. And I love our all of our eye creams. I honestly alternate between them. Whichever one I happen to have more of on my shelf is one that I'll pull for myself, just because I like to switch them up. But they all help with dark circles and even puffiness under the eyes. So our concealer, our multi-benefit concealer, is great because it helps to camouflage some of those dark spots, blemishes, and all that kind of stuff without looking cakey. And so I like to put my concealer on after I put my foundation, because one, the foundation a lot of times is going to do a lot of the work, especially because this new foundation is medium to full coverage. So you might find that you don't even necessarily need a concealer, but if you do need a concealer, like the foundation, the concealer is also infused with extra active ingredients that are going to work to help minimize darkness. So vitamin E is going to help minimize those appearance of those dark spots. And then it also has glycerin, which is going to keep it from getting that dried out cakey thing. So it's going to move with your face. So if you've ever had, you put concealer on, especially in a crease area, and then it like separates, that's because the product isn't meant to move. Glycerin and the glycerin in this is going to help it move and kind of give it that elasticity to move with your skin, because our skin moves. We are not dolls. And also, maybe you don't want to wear foundation, but you just want a concealer to conceal certain areas. Because this concealer, it has those active and working ingredients in it, it is blendable enough that you can wear it by itself and not see it, which is great. And I love it. And it's what helps with that is taking this blending sponge here and using that after applying it with the concealer brush. Okay, so our next one. This is the product of my, like, the holy grail. Okay, if you put on foundation or any makeup, truth be told, you need to spray your face with the makeup finishing spray, especially going into this time of year. And it is like, I can't express, it's my favorite thing. It is the one product that I saved only for special occasions for many years. And it wasn't until the last, I don't know, handful of years that I started using this every single day in, day out. And that is because I spray it on my face after I do my makeup and it looks flawless all day long. And I swear it's because of this. Not only is it because of great products that I love, but also because this bottle of finishing spray is like magic. Now, given that it is summertime, you really should have two. And that's because, one, you're going to need it to put on after you immediately do your makeup and all that kind of stuff. The next one is when it's really humid or it's raining or it's just so blasted hot and you still want to look good because you have somewhere to go, like dinner or an event or what have you, somewhere where you still need your makeup to look really good. And it's been a really long day because you put your makeup on at 6 a.m. and you still need it to look good 16 hours later. When it's really hot, an extra spray of this halfway or 3/4 of the way through your day is going to help extend the wear of your makeup immensely. And you're going to be like, I can't believe I've literally been wearing my face for 16 hours and it still looks this good. And I promise you it works. It also is really great for those extra sweaty areas, such as underarms, cleavage and chest, the small of your back, between your legs for chafing. There's a lot of ways you can use this product. And I have used them as well as many others of us have. And it's great. And a little goes a long way. I literally just stew my face in an X every morning and it is good to go. Even if I don't put foundation on and I just put eye makeup on, when it's really hot and sweaty, or if I'm going to cry, I'm going somewhere where I know I might get a little emotional, I will spray it just across my eyes to help set my mascara and give it an extra punch of water protection. Okay. So now you might be wondering, how can I get any of these products in my bathroom? So if you are new here, this is all able to be purchased through my shop, and you can scan the QR code or screenshot this if you want to come back to it later. You want to go over it in our feedback form. You can go through and there's a couple questions where you can ask questions. We can also do a phone chat. Tomorrow I will we'll set up a time to follow up and we can go over it. But I have laid out my 3 favorite skincare regimens. So whether you need our advanced signs of age, target those advanced signs of aging, or you want the highest technology of skincare that we have to offer, that would be our repair line. In the middle there, we have our basic anti-aging and prevention line, which is our Time Wise Miracle Set. And that's the one that I personally use the most of. I use a little bit parts of the Repair, but the Miracle set is still my go-to with a few extra things added in there. And then we have our Mary Kay skincare regimen, which is those who want basic clean ingredients in their skincare. There are no active ingredients in that, but what's nice is if you have more of a sensitive skin or you just need more of like kind of those calming ingredients in your skincare, but you need some more action packed supplements, you can add those in and create that with that skincare line as well. So below here, we have our bundles. So we have our basic bundle, which is our foundation primer and our foundation. Because I really say, if you're going to go through the trouble of putting on foundation, it really doesn't make sense not to wear a primer. Like they just go together. And if you haven't done it and you don't wear a primer with your foundation, just trust me, you should start and you'll never go back. Like I won't even entertain the idea of putting on foundation without a primer. The Flawless bundle is our primer, the foundation, and your tool of choice. So the sponge is pictured here, but the price will vary based on your tool, but it's really just your tool of choice. The Ultimate bundle has the Flawless bundle, but adds in our translucent powder along with our powder brush. So for my oily girls, this is really going to be the thing that you need, is adding in that translucent powder, especially this time of year. Even if you just are oily in the T-zone and nowhere else, the translucent powder is really going to help set your foundation. It's white in the container, goes on clear on your face, and it doesn't set in your creases. It just keeps everything flawless and fabulous all day long. And if you use the Luminous foundation, it's not going to matte out your foundation to where you lose that kind of natural glow that Luminous foundation gives you. But it is going to help absorb oil in those certain areas, like around our nose or our forehead, that tend to sweat during the season. And then we have our Showstopper bundle, which takes out all the stops, gives you everything that you need to create the flawless foundation. And you can pick whether you need an under eye corrector or concealer. They're the same price, so it doesn't matter. And then your brush, you also get all three tools to do all of that. And of course, doesn't leave out the finishing spray for that one. And then if you are not local and we ship your products to you, all of your orders that are $75 and above get free shipping. And that goes for all the time that I offer my customers. Okay, so what are some perks? What are some perks of being a customer of mine? So quarterly catalog with samples. So recently was just mailed out was the quarterly lookbook, and so all of my preferred customers get one of these, and there's a sample inside. This month it has the men's cologne, the new what's it called? It's not True Original, it's something else, but it smells really good. True Optimism. So it's actually on the first page is that cologne. So if there's a man in your life who might need a new fragrance, then I highly recommend it. It smells really, really good. You also get loyalty rewards. So you get monthly specials, you get referral rewards. There's all kinds of different things that I do. Sometimes at the holidays, I give bonus bucks. Like, you never know what you're going to get. It's whatever I feel like. And then the birthday discount. So every month you get, or not every month, the month of your birthday, throughout the whole month, you get a special discount for your month. There is no limit. You could place an order multiple times throughout the month and you still get your discount. You also get VIP access to attend all live tutorials. And even if you couldn't be on them live, they will get sent to you. along on because you're on the preferred list, you get a yearly one-on-one consultation. So whether we do that virtually or in person, we go through your skincare, your makeup, whatever it is you need help with or that you're using, and we go through all those products to make sure you're still using the things that you need to address the things you want to take care of when it comes to your skincare and your makeup. And then there's always 100% satisfaction guarantee with your products. So no graveyard drawer of products that you don't like, because in Mary Kay, we don't believe in that. We believe in customer service and having me as your consultant, one, checking to make sure you like it, and if you don't, doing something with it so you're not stuck with it, and then replacing it with something that you can use, you do like, that is the right shade, etc. With that. And then of course, I offer the customized free skin analysis and foundation matching for you. Now, if you love being a customer, you like all those perks, but maybe you're like, I could upgrade and be a consultant. What are the perks to that? Like, maybe I might like an extra discount. So we do get to save 30 or 50% off of our products. We also get to make 50% off of our products when we sell them and share them with friends. We are our own business through our e-commerce website, our My Shop, and we get paid immediately with that. So I don't have to wait halfway through the month or at the end of the month to get paid. I can work at my own pace, grow at my own pace. I can choose to build a team. I cannot build a team. It's whatever you want to do. We also provide mentorship. So I help you create systems, teach you, show you the ropes, how to work. In Mary Kay, we've always said you're in business for yourself, but not by yourself, which is really nice, because as a brick and mortar sole proprietor, I don't have a team to show me what to do. So like, I have to outsource and pay for a mentor. In Mary Kay, I don't pay for my mentors. It is just a part of having a sisterhood and a community that is working together, growing together, and supporting each other. We also have awesome social media and digital tools, like creating graphics is pretty easy to share with customers. I have no quotas or territories. I can go wherever I want within the country. We have a weekly meeting where we can tune in virtually to learn about products, about promotions, about all the things going on, and also recognition, because what fun is it to work your business and nobody ever recognize you? I mean, nobody's coming patting me on the back because I met my goals that I set in the salon or anything like that. But in Mary Kay, when I have a really good week, they praise me for it, and I love that. So we also have lots of girlfriends and community time. And also, I'm extremely proud to represent the #1 company for global beauty in the direct selling industry, which is pretty cool. And we've earned that not just once, but twice. And it's not something that we could vote on or anything like that. Like, I don't know where it comes from, or who does it, but it's like a big deal. Okay. And then I have a special prize drawing. So you're gonna want to screenshot this or scan the QR code there. So we are doing a $1,000 cash drawing this month only. So we have through Saturday, and you just watch a quick video, you fill out a Google form, and you are entered to win, and anybody can win. And so for every one of you that enters to win, that I get entered to win as well. So I also get entered to win a cash drawing, and then I also get to earn extra bonus foundations as well, which is pretty stinking cool, because then I don't have to buy my demos. Okay, so for my giveaway for staying thus far, you're going to want to screenshot this screen as well, or scan the QR code so that you can be entered to win. And I am giving you a complimentary product to your new Flawless Foundation that we have created. And I am doing that by way of our cream gel blush and our blush brush. So these cream blushes are amazing. I absolutely love them. Unfortunately, they are limited edition. They are not here forever, but I love them. And I have 4 different shades. So I will pick the one, together we'll pick the one that matches you. I actually love cream blushes because they double as lip tints. So all of your cream blushes can. So I actually put this on my face as a lip tint before we started. And it like soaks in but adds a little tint. You don't even know it's there. And what's really nice is I literally just barely squeeze any of this out and stick it directly onto my cheeks. And this stuff lasts forever, just like the powder does. And then I take this blush brush and I literally just blend it in. And this is actually the darkest color, Passion Fruit. The peachy one is like Snapdragon, which is also one of my favorite ones. So we have lots of shades, but I love these. You can layer them. They look super natural. I think I blended it all in. And all of that. So that is like a almost $40 value that you can get enter to win for free by filling out your feedback form. Plus, since this is one of my first events that I have done in a very long time virtually, and I'm kind of starting over here, I would love your feedback and would love to know what you want to learn more of, because as always, I am here to serve you and help you grow your confidence, have the most fabulous skin, fabulous makeup, and all the things that I can do for you. So I know it's getting late, so if you don't want to fill out your form tonight, you don't have to. You can do it tomorrow, but I will close this party in 48 hours. So by the end of Friday, I will close it out and get all the entries and then the drawing, and you will want to be a part of the beauty community, which should be a link in the form, because that's where I will announce the winner of the event. And we will get to do that. So even if those are watching the replay afterwards, you still are going to get entered to win this once you fill out that feedback form at the end. So I hope you guys really enjoyed what I shared tonight. I hope you guys felt educated, you're leaving empowered and inspired, and maybe wake up in the morning and put your face on with a new confidence. And I hope you guys enjoyed, and I can't wait to share more. Also, stay tuned because next month is June and it's Customer Appreciation Month, and you won't want to miss it. So watch your emails, watch your text messages, because that is coming down the pipes sooner than we think. Have a great evening. I will see you guys later. Bye.